Once again to Bottom Card Booking right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Appreciate you guys and gals tuning in on this, God, is it Monday?
Monday.
July the 12th, I think it is.
Yep.
Good grief. How you guys doing? It's been
Good.
a weekend.
Man, it's been a big weekend.
It's been a big weekend. Big weekend I enjoyed.
Yep.
I don't know who else enjoyed it. Good Lord, I enjoyed it.
I did.
myself.
I had a good time,
I don't
man.
think the record crew enjoyed that
think
weekend.
they did either.
They didn't.
I don't think they did either.
But they got a real shock the other night.
They did. I mean, what is that all about?
Wow.
Dude.
Well, you said last week that you had a big surprise, and you had a big surprise.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean,
this is true.
I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting somebody else.
I know you
somebody
was.
completely different.
Yeah, y'all were expecting Wraith.
not
I
even
know
on that.
who everybody was expecting.
It's just over the head.
See, I wasn't.
See,
but
but
I
a bunch of them
Danny
were.
Morris.
See, yeah,
There was no way Danny Morris was coming. Come on. There was no way that was happening. Come on, man.
no Danny Morris.
That was funny, but yeah, it was a complete surprise, and it was great.
I popped.
And
not gonna lie. I popped.
It was awesome, man. It's exactly what it needed to be, and boy, once that reveal was done, it was on then.
Yep.
It was on then. It was just chaos. A street fight with that many people is difficult anyway. But I mean, people were everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Dude, I mean, it was. I don't know how you guys over at the announcers table kept up, tried to keep up with.
Oh yeah, all the action. Yeah.
I mean, because that's
it's
that's
tough,
a
but
lot.
It can be done.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It can be, but good Lord,
I was watching
y'all
from
did a
up
good
top.
job, because I watched the video back today, and how cool was the set? I thought our set.
Yeah,
was
the
great.
set was
I thought it
cool.
looked great, man. I
Man,
love
show
the
was
curtain, the
great.
backdrop, everything.
Yeah. When I first walked in and I saw the set, and then we got the chairs set out,
I was like a
I
real
said, "This is nice.
Yeah,
This was really good."
it did. And then people walking into the event itself. I mean, which is something I really wanted to. I love that we did, because to me they needed to.
Yeah.
To be able to walk right into, like they're going down. Remember how we used to, when you have to filter into a building, it just opens up into the arena, and that was kind of the feel we were going for, and I really love that that's how it turned out.
Yeah.
And that's how people saw it, and it turned out that way, and it was, oh man, you get a little bit of chill bumps doing it, and we had 7 matches Saturday night.
7.
And got out of there, we got through by 9:30.
Yep.
I mean, with 7 matches, so 2.5 hours, a lot of matches, a lot of good matches, I thought, on there. Everybody put forth their best effort, I thought.
I think everything flowed pretty well.
I think it did,
honestly.
too. From the opening to the beginning of the night, I mean, it was great. I mean, there was a lot of, some things I can't talk about because they're more behind the scenes stuff that I still believe in kayfabe, and for the most part, and some things that we'll probably talk about off screen. But I mean, I know who my MVP of the night is, as far as that goes. Who I thought was just phenomenal. I've already told this person too. I thought, especially in our match, that's as close a hint as I can give you who I thought the MVP was coming out of it, because and it's little things, and it was really good. It was really good. I mean, we started out with Ken Dang and Brody Hawk.
Yeah.
Good match. Little Gino got involved in that one.
Yeah, he did. He let Brody up, too.
Boy, he did. Good grief, man. That was tough.
But Ken survived.
Yeah, he did.
Ken survived with the help of Juno, but
He got it done, though.
he got it done.
Win's a win.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. If you can pull out the victory, you pull out the victory.
Right.
He pulled out the victory.
It's all that matters. Keep
Again.
the gold. Keep your title.
I like his superhero gimmick. Look,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that was great, man.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out the other night. I was like, Ken, what are you doing?
Super dang, and I
Yeah, Super
loved
Dang.
it.
There you
I
go.
just loved it. We also had we had
Be cool if he get some overalls and get my little hat. We call him Kenny Wayne Dang.
Kenny Wayne down.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
I don't know if Ken would like that.
I
too much.
don't know.
I don't think he would like
I
that.
don't know, but I'm
Jimmy
look.
Wayne, or what was
Jimmy
it?
Wayne gang.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down for it a little bit though. I ain't gonna lie.
I like
It'd
the
be kinda
character.
funny.
I like the gimmick,
Yeah.
but I don't think Ken would
No,
be a
I
fan
think
of
he
that.
wouldn't either. No, he
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
either.
don't know if he would or not, but it'd still be funny. It'd still be kind of awesome. We had that. What was second of the night? Dude, I can't even remember.
Second.
There
I
were
can't
there were
remember either.
so many matches. I can't even tell you what the second match of the night was.
Somebody had the card sitting in front of him the whole time.
Actually, I believe it was Rooster,
Yeah,
It was
versus,
Rooster and
Walker
That's
Hayes.
right.
Walker
Number one
Hayes.
contenders
which
match.
that took a strange turn.
Yes, it did. I was just going to say that right before you told me.
Yeah. I mean that took a strange turn right there.
Yeah.
I mean, very good match too.
Right.
Until all the craziness began at the end of it. And look, guys, if you weren't at Last Stand, you weren't able to watch them, you can go to Redeemed Wrestling's Facebook page. All the matches are up
Hey,
in their entirety, so you can go and check them out. You'll see what we're talking about with the new setup and stuff and all the things that happened and all the craziness that happened. So, check it out for yourself. But, I mean, that turn at the end of it with what was going on with Walker, and that would not be the last we saw of him
It wouldn't. Nope.
Saturday night.
Things would come together. It would mesh.
Yeah, I've got questions.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Yeah, so I know if I do, I know there's got to be a lot of other people who do coming out
What
of that.
got me was him coming out of the ring and falling down, crawling, like something was like happening to him.
Well, exactly.
Weird.
And something's been going on with Walker for a while now, and it's interesting to see, and going forward, what's going on with this
Right.
dude, and what does that come from? And look, but by the way, before we go any further into this, we have to send out our condolences to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff,
Yeah.
passing away today, 71 years old.
I saw that.
Was in the first main event at WrestleMania.
Dude, this dude too. That dude was something else. I love Paul Orndorff. He was one of the first wrestling action figures I actually had.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had his and Hogan's. His were actually two of the first ones I ever had were those two guys.
I had Piper and Hillbilly Jim.
Then I had Macho Man. Though.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that
But
makes-
listen, hey, mine weren't the little.
Talking about the
one I
big
had
ones.
was the big one. Yeah,
We
I
had the
like
rubber
big tall
ones, right?
Yeah, the big tall rubber.
Remember
ones,
those things?
Yeah, that's the ones I
Hard
had.
as a rock. You could actually commit murder on folks with
I
those
know,
wrestling
somebody
figures.
hit
They were
with it
so
and
heavy.
knock them out.
Oh man, yeah, but it was sad news. Had a passing of one of the all-time greats, and
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful. Didn't know he was sick or anything. He'd done an interview not
I-
long ago, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he'd been kind of down for a while.
Had he?
Been down for a while. Yeah.
I hate to hear it. It's just sad news. So prayers out to Mr. Wonderful's family, man. I mean, Paul Orndorff, what a great dude. If you have Peacock, you ought to go back and watch some of the early stuff, early WrestleManias, and check out some of these old
If it's
school
on
guys,
there,
'cause they
if it's
are
on
really
Peacock, because they had a flub last night.
good. It wasn't a flub.
Peacock had a flub.
They straight pulled it. That wasn't
That
a
was
flub.
bad,
They
man.
straight pulled. You talking about the Stone Cold
The
podcast?
Stone Cold
they
podcast
straight
with
pulled
Kevin
it.
Nash. Like, how do you end? You had it set up to debut last night to end NWO week last week, which was the revealing of the third man in the NWO from
Yep.
WCW. What was it? 96,
Yep.
July 7th, of 1996.
Yeah, this is the anniversary of that.
when Hulk Hogan came out and dropped the leg drop on Randy Savage and joined Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. And so you have Kevin Nash to do the Stone Cold podcast to end the NWO week, and then you pull it from the
Yeah.
network. Like, what?
And they straight pulled it.
Yeah,
This
so what-
wasn't
what
that there
happened
was an error in the upload. They pulled it
Yeah.
and haven't given a reason why.
So
Wonder what
that's
it said.
But
I can't wait to hear it on
speaking
Stone
of
Cold
something,
podcast.
speaking of what WWE is, and we'll get back to the card minute and last
Yeah.
stand. But hey, this is the week they've been looking for.
yeah. There's a week I've been looking for
Live audience, baby.
Finally, live
Yep.
audience is back.
tonight.
Friday night.
Tonight is the last Monday Night Raw
In the
from
Thunderdome.
inside the Thunderdome.
Yep.
Already
Tonight is
taped. They've already taped it. It's already been taped.
already done with it.
Yep, already done with the Thunderdome. It was being they were taking the Thunderdome down. I guess Fridays whenever I saw the
Yeah,
pictures
I
of
don't
them
watch Raw anyway.
taking the set down.
Yeah.
I just
but-
don't. Raw's not fun.
No,
It probably will be now, though.
Friday Night SmackDown this Friday is going to be in front of fans. I think it's from Houston. I think it's where the first
Yeah.
SmackDown's from.
It is.
That
Toyota
crowd's
Center.
probably going to be
Oh, you know they're going to be hot.
insane.
But that's the difference too, though. This is why to me SmackDown's so infinitely better than Raw, and this is the same company. SmackDown is good without a crowd. Still, even with the virtual crowd there.
And we
Raw
talked about
is
the
not.
rosters.
Right.
We
Raw
talked
is
about the
not.
rosters between, you know,
Yeah.
Randy, you were out that week, but we went through and talked about the roster. It was after the Strowman was cut. And
Yeah.
Right.
Strowman and Aleister Black. And, speaking of,
Speaking of that,
Malachi Black.
Malachi Black.
you gotta watch AEW Dynamite because a lot happens that they don't reveal. They tell you the card, but there's still other things that happen on the show that they don't
And I don't
they
mind
don't let
them
you know
releasing
of.
the card as long as they're
No.
talking about things. I mean, that's what
Right.
we do. I mean, that's what a lot
Yeah.
of companies do.
Right.
But it's all in your execution of the actual show itself. So
Mhm.
I have no problems with them releasing a card or anything. I think that's traditional.
Yeah,
You just don't give away everything. That's the
Right.
that's
You
the
sell
other
the
part.
matches, you just don't give away. Like
Yeah.
you said,
right.
you don't give
And
away.
I think I watched all AEW Wednesday night, and it started out with a strap match between QT Marshall and Cody Rhodes, and in that match, the lights in the arena went out.
Yeah.
There was a couple seconds where the lights in the arena went out, and they put it over on commentary as, you know, we've been having bad weather in Miami all day, so you know that's
Yeah.
what it is. And then later on in the show, Arn Anderson comes out to do an interview with Shivani,
And what about Arn Anderson taking
and
that?
man,
Yeah.
have you seen the still picture of it?
Yes.
Holy crap!
Yes.
He connected.
He did.
He connected with the side of Arn's head.
I mean, Lord, taking that black mask like that though. But Arn Anderson's the man.
Arn's a pro.
That's
He is.
It was good, man. I popped for it when the lights came back on during Arn's interview segment, and you see Aleister Black, but it's not Aleister Black.
No.
It's Malachi Black.
That's exactly it.
So, and they were even confused on commentary. Jim Ross.
Well, they were
Jim
calling
Ross
it
said
by,
that's
by
Tommy
Tommy End and
Tommy
all
End
this
and
other stuff.
Excalibur's
But
like,
but I
no.
like that too. Though.
Yeah.
Like, because it sounds like more of a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not sure what to say or what to
Right.
do.
Right.
I think that's cool.
And he said Jim Ross was on Busted Open Radio with Dave LaGreca and Bully Ray on Friday, and they asked him about it, and he said, you know, I didn't have a clue that he was there. He said, so whenever he came out
Natural
and
reaction.
the lights came on, that was a natural reaction. And he
that's
said,
the
I
best
like it that
to
way.
do it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the best way to do it.
You got the best commentator ever to say, you know, I like being surprised and not knowing
Yeah.
everything that's going to go on because you get that natural reaction, and that's how I am too.
And you saw it fuss at Lawler about that at on like Raw, you know. Like
Yeah.
Jim Ross would have all these notes and everything out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, which of course, I mean, he was on the booking. He was on the
That's
booking.
right.
But Lawler wouldn't even go to a production meeting or nothing. He would just go out there and just call it the way he saw it.
Because
That's so good.
and I think it makes all the you can tell the difference too, right? That's like Saturday night. Everybody's asking, "Who's y'all's fourth guy?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you who the fourth guy is. I've known for weeks. I'm not telling you, you know, who it's going to be." And I would allude to other people and stuff. So when the reveal happened, everybody's like, "What?
Yeah.
What? Wait a second." And that's great.
Yeah.
Because you're putting over the whole time. There's all this animosity and stuff, and all this tension, and it isn't.
Yeah.
But people don't know that, right?
Yeah.
People don't know that, and that's what's great about. That's why kayfabe is still so important. That's why
Right.
you should still practice kayfabe. I mean, because it makes everything better. The reaction from the guys in the ring was natural and great because none of them knew.
No.
I mean, none of those guys, and that's the thing. None of those guys in the ring knew. There wasn't but 4 people who knew. All right. Well, 5 technically, I guess. And that's it.
Yeah.
Nobody else knew.
I was happy with it. I was glad with it, man.
Joe's family
It's good to
didn't
see
even
him
know.
back. Good to see Joe back,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Good to see him back. But
It was great.
the question that I have for you,
All right.
Storm, is where does Joe go now? What direction does
You
Joe
see
go
that
in?
shirt over in that chair right there?
I do see it.
That's where he goes.
That's where he goes.
That's where he goes.
Okay.
That's where he goes. This
Okay.
dude's been in 2 street fights now.
Yeah, that's true.
So he was cleared to be able to take part in this. I don't think he has a desire to go back to wrestling, to be honest with you. I mean, to go back to reffing.
Yeah.
So if he wants to come and hang out with us and be a part of it and learn the ins and outs of the rest of it, dude, I'm all about it. He's proven he's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, this man's taken some beatings.
He has. He has.
And we get his health under control and all the other good stuff. And believe me, I know I hate sitting on the sidelines, and I couldn't. You know, it was nice to be back in the ring. So I get that, but you can always learn while you're doing that.
Right.
And I think he fits. He's got the attitude for it. Sure, certainly. It's Junior's younger brother. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't like them two hadn't been had knocked down, drag out fights their entire life. I mean,
Right.
so
I
it's
mean,
not surprising.
They had one.
Right?
They had one in
Junior,
Wyatt.
Speaking of Junior, for
Yeah.
for all the kids' sake, could y'all like keep a shirt on for him maybe next
Nick,
time?
no, dude. That's why I told you to play that song.
Junior got hot, man. He
Oh, it was great. That was the
I look
funniest
up all of a
thing.
sudden I see you taking shirts off. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, it was perfect. Yeah, it was great. So, yeah. So we had the opportunity. Hey, Rodeo Clown, what's up going on, buddy? So yeah, it was fun. It was great. I thought that was that reveal for that street fight was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And Tommy Too Good just crushed
Oh,
Smitty,
man.
his
That was a chair
own
shot.
partner, man.
That was
Yeah.
that's not like a gunshot.
It did. He just crushed him with it. Now, he acted like he didn't know that was Smitty when he turned around. You see the look on his face, and he dropped it. I've watched the video several times today. So a lot of people are saying, oh, he meant to hit him. He meant to hit him. But did he?
Yeah.
Look, he had the opportunity to try to break my leg because they were obviously trying to do that.
Exactly.
And he didn't want any part of it. And the other guys were goading him into it. Was that his act of rebellion? What's going on with Tommy Too Good? That's the question I want to answer.
I mean, that could have been. It could have been anybody. It could have been any of y'all that came up behind him and
Yeah.
tapped him on hit his shoulder like
easily.
Smitty did.
He's just reacting.
He's just reacting. He's got a chair. Somebody hits you.
But then he walks out.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He didn't go to
walked out
check
there.
on Smitty.
No.
Yeah.
He walked.
Yeah.
He hands
So
up and
what's
he
the?
left.
I mean,
Something's up there.
there's
Yeah.
questions with that.
That's right.
There's questions with
Because
with
then
what's
that
going
left
on
too
with Walker
legit just
Hayes.
to get destroyed.
Right.
And he did.
Oh, he did.
He just got destroyed.
He did.
It's just that was man, yeah, he got destroyed. That
You
was
took
great.
enjoyment with that, didn't you?
Oh, every minute of it. Dude, I had fun. I had fun that street fight. I mean, you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be painful. You're gonna take shots and they're gonna hurt. But
Yeah.
are you tough enough to take it and keep going?
I thought your guy Junior got knocked out on the floor.
Dude, when Ron suplexed Tommy
yeah,
into
yeah.
him, oh my Lord.
Man, Tommy's
Yeah,
boots
dude.
hit Junior right on the head, in the face.
I watched that. Oh my God, there's a great picture of it right before Tommy connects with Junior when he's coming over because neither Ron nor Too Good know what's going on with that. Junior's down there in that position.
Yeah.
Junior's just trying to get up, I think, at that point.
Yeah, he was trying to
And
get
then
up.
boom, hey Selena, how you doing? So I mean, that was brutal.
Yeah,
That was brutal.
it looked nasty.
Guys,
From where I was watching it, it looked nasty.
it was pretty rough. That was pretty.
I looked
rough
up and I
right there.
seen heels coming. I thought, ooh.
That's oh man, that was it was interesting. I mean, but I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna say it was an easy win, but it weren't difficult. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Look, those guys put up a fight, but maybe a pillow fight. I don't know.
Pillow fight.
I mean, you should look at it any way you want to, I guess. Corey, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? But I just thought everybody went extra on this one.
Yeah.
They went overboard to make this
was
show good.
Malachi
Right,
versus
yeah.
Abel Booker.
Yeah,
No,
I was
so
just
man,
gonna say,
Surprise
skip that one.
surprise match.
Yeah, we
One
talked
of the
about this.
top
That was the
matches of the
third
night.
match, actually.
Yeah, third match.
That was an added match to the show, not originally scheduled. Abel's
But
one of
Tackett
those.
cried to whoever, to Ron or somebody, and I guess got on the card because DDT wasn't on there.
Yep.
As we talked about last week.
That's right.
He said he had a plan, so
Yeah.
did his plan work? Is that the first Tackett plan that's actually maybe worked?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, but because it worked
Because
in
it
the
did.
second half of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, and it really did. I mean, I know they didn't plan on that match with Malachi, and that probably ate into his plans a little bit. But look, when they had what nobody really paid attention to a lot was the fact that you had Deadeye playing out in the crowd, and him jumping in there and just waylaying
Mm-hmm.
Abel. And this wouldn't be the last time we'd see DDT, and just what you're referring to right there. I mean, they were just beating down Abel. Deacon Pierce comes out for the save. And let me tell you something, though. Abel's gotten good.
Oh yeah.
Remember how green he was? Used to ref for us a little bit starting and all that, but kid's come a long way. Got a pretty bright future, I think. I mean, he did really well. I was proud of him. So glad to see him back at Redeemed.
Yeah.
And like I said, performed real well. I
Yep.
really enjoyed their match. I mean, I watched it today too. We were doing some of the editing on it, but very good match. Then we had the tag team championship.
Yep.
Yep,
Tornado
that's-
tag.
yep, tornado
That was
tag.
wild.
Man, the Storm and the Daybreakers, dude. That match didn't get started in the ring either. It was outside the ring.
Yeah.
What wasn't the Daybreakers decided that maybe they didn't want any part of this, and the Storm was like, no, no, here we go. And you can tell how much it meant to at the end of that match to the Storm winning
Yeah.
and getting those titles back. I mean, you really saw that look on their face. I thought the fans responded real well to it. Those two teams, boy, they go at it.
They do.
They were taking some crazy chances and some bumps and the things that they were doing in there too. I mean, that whole first half of that show I thought was really well done.
Yeah.
And the matches weren't over long.
No.
No, they
So
weren't.
they didn't all go 20 and 30 minutes, and it didn't seem like it wore the crowd down at all because coming back out of intermission, the crowd was still up.
Still
'Cause that's
hot,
when we
yeah.
had the street fight.
Right.
Yep.
And so they were still up for everything after that, which was good. You don't want to lose your crowd and all that. But, yeah, then we had the grudge match. We had Tommy Knox and Deacon Pierce. Tommy, his boy, is just getting more and more vicious.
Yep.
Every time he shows up in the ring now. He just
Now
gets,
he's done flew from the flock.
Yeah.
he has. He is completely gone because he's got a new flock
Yeah.
that he's joined.
Is that a
It's
smart
whole new
thing for
group,
Tommy?
dude. Huh?
Is that a smart thing for Tommy?
I think it is because I don't think, we've talked about it a little bit, but Tommy doesn't have to play the backup role.
Yep.
He doesn't have to be the comedic foil anymore. He doesn't have to just sit back while your other two guys, who are honestly the focal point of the Pink Flamingos, let's just be honest, it's what they are. They're the founders of it. Those two guys are, talking about Brian and Ryan So Fine, are the Pink Flamingos.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen them in a long time because of injury and work schedules and all this other stuff, and unfortunately they haven't been able to be there. And to me, one of the great tag teams around this area. I mean, they are so good at what they do. I've heard people talk about and complaining about Karma Chameleon when it comes on. Oh my God, I hate that song. I'm like, let me tell you something. Greatest entrance music ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't care what you thought about back in the 80s when I was growing up and I lived through all that stuff. But, I liked the song, but I didn't love the song until the Pink Flamingo started coming out to it. And I love that song. And I don't even-
Revolutionary.
Dude,
The Pink Flamingos. Revolutionary.
But honestly, they are because they were never scared about going all in for their gimmick.
yeah.
And for every wrestler out there, you can't be scared to go all in on your gimmick.
You gotta be all in.
You got to say, this is what my gimmick is, let's go.
Yep.
And not be afraid of it. Just do it. And they do it. And that's why I love it. So, but getting back to Tommy Knox, they were just added because they had this other thing called the Pink Panty Posse, and they had a couple other members in there. So, Tommy didn't used to be that way. He's finding his gritty side again. At the end of that match, DDT got involved at the end of that match. Tommy used Tackett's baseball bat to clean out Deacon Pierce. Wow. I'll tell you what, split-legged moonsault looked good.
Yeah, it did.
Boy, he snatched that out. Man, it looked
Yeah.
good. I was proud of him.
Yep.
I got to say, he looked really good.
It did.
And then they started beating the living mess out of Deacon Pierce.
Poor guy.
I mean, just beat him up. Then Abel comes out and helps Deacon, which I'm assuming that's going to lead to something. I mean, I've been in this business a long time. I think we're going to see DDT versus Deacon and Abel.
Yep.
Probably next show. I would be surprised if that's not the case. So, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a lot of things happening. Then we had the main event, champion versus champion.
Yeah.
Loser leaves town.
Big moment.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what. Usually Mike Reels is getting booed like crazy. In this match, though, whenever he was getting up and over on Alex, there was a lot of silence.
Yep.
And it wasn't because anybody was bored. It was because they were just terrified Alex was going to lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when he did, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
when he did, that place didn't know how to react because they were just so sure that Mike Reels was going to lose and be out of redeemed.
Yep.
And now he's unified the belt, so to speak, and he is the champ.
Yep.
And Alex is gone.
Yep.
And so, by the way, we wish our best to Alex going off to college.
Yep.
I mean, going down there to
Going down to the cow to
Mississippi State.
Cow country.
Yep.
Cowbell hell.
Yeah, but I mean, going down there for meteorology. I think going to be a
Yeah,
meteorologist.
I think so.
I think is
Oh,
what
wow.
he's going for. Yeah, smart kid. I mean, super smart kid. So we wish him the best luck. You haven't seen the last of Alex Cross. in Redeemed Wrestling. It'll be a while probably before you see him, but but congratulations to him, to his family. They still had a big celebratory moment.
What does
on there.
Loser leave town, like 90 days? Isn't that what normally something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't compete for a few months
Yeah,
or whatever.
non-compete calls. Yeah,
Non-compete
90
clause.
days.
Yeah,
90 day, 90
pretty much like that.
non-complete calls. Yep.
So there's no pay, there's no nothing. You just out and gone for, and
Right.
there's no guarantee you get signed back, right?
Right,
I think
exactly.
when
Right.
it comes out, I mean,
Exactly.
but at minimal, you have to be out for however long that contract stipulates on there. But usually it's 90 days or more.
Yep.
It's not usually anything less. They had but we weren't really done. So we mentioned a little bit earlier about Walker Hayes.
Yeah.
He won the number one contendership because of the little thing that happened during their match with the lights and all the music and all that weirdness going on.
And did you hear the reaction from the crowd when Walker won that match? I heard a lot of boos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because Rooster.
They were behind Rooster
may
heavily.
have had the single biggest pop of the night
Yeah.
when he walked out by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
That place exploded.
Oh yeah.
Not really used
I
to
turned
seeing.
around. I said, "There's the guy."
Yeah.
We were wondering, who else is going to start stepping up and taking over.
Yep.
Now we've lost Alex, and it's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Now we definitely have to have somebody, but
Here come the Rooster.
I tell you what, dude, it's over. It
Yeah.
is, man. But yeah, so the lights go back out. We're on there checking on. So Reels had Alex put down Woods not releasing the submission he put on. We came out to the ring, threw him out of there.
If that ain't
Put him
Garth
out of
Brooks, turn
there.
it off.
That's right. And
George.
the lights go out again, and out comes Walker Hayes with I don't know what. I don't know what you call that. I don't know what you call the look.
It
was
is
crazy.
the Revenant.
Revenant.
that
The
what
Revenant of Walker Hayes.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell you
Reverend
what,
Walker
it was
Hayes.
that, and then Crowley comes out though.
Yeah.
Crowley
Walks
comes
out right
with
behind him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what is that implying?
Who knows? what
You
the
mentioned
cause
Walker getting booed. You mentioned the reaction he had earlier.
Yeah.
When that music and the lights started playing, and now Crowley is coming out with him.
And Crowley gets on the mic and says, "This is my monster.
That's right. My monster.
My monster." Yeah. So what kind of influence has Jackson Crowley had on Walker Hayes?
Well, and he also mentioned that August 7th, which is our next Redeemed show out at Wyatt, that it's him and Mike Reels.
Yep.
He's coming from Mike Reels. He's tired of playing with Mike, and the whole Crowley's going to kill you thing. And
Walker won the number one contenders match against Rooster earlier in the night, but
that's right.
he gave his spot
To
to
Crowley.
to Jackson Crowley.
Wow.
That's right. Now,
So, what? I mean, I don't know. I was as shocked then as as I have been
I'm about as
before.
confused
But
about it as an Amish kid at Best Buy.
that's right. But now here's the thing too, though. You've got the Wrecking Crew in disarray. I don't care what they're how they might try to spin this over the next few weeks. That group is in disarray.
yeah, there's some stuff going on within the Wrecking
There's
Crew.
got to be. I mean, you saw Smitty's post today. I was looking at his post today. He put up a poll. Do you think it was on purpose or was it an accident? So, if he's even asking,
Right.
it's different if somebody else, if Redeem put up a poll.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hey fans, what do you think? But he's putting up that poll. That means he believes it was intentional.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, will Mike Reels be able to count on the Wrecking Crew on the 7th? Because, like Crowley said, he has his monster.
Mm-hmm.
What do it mean?
Yeah.
That's my question. What do it mean?
Yep. Because you didn't
what's
see.
gonna
I
happen?
mean, after y'all's Savage Street fight, you didn't see the Wrecking Crew come out with Mike.
They didn't. They
in
were
the
never
main
out there.
event. They were never
at all.
anywhere to be seen.
Never.
Mike won the belt.
Yep.
By himself.
Yes, he did. Fair and square. by
Fair
the
and
way.
square. Fair and square. So, I mean, when was the last time you saw that?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Reels have a clean, fair match?
Oh yeah. That was a pretty good match.
I think
too.
he knew that
It
he
was.
had to
I think so.
Yeah.
find
I think
some
so
way
too.
to win that match, even though he didn't have his buddies there.
Yeah. And to pull it out the way he did it, I mean, again, Mike's been around a while now, and Mike's one of the best in the area. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
That's just a fact. I
He
mean, you don't
put
have to
that-
like him to admit that.
When Mike put that submission on Alex, I'm right there in position where I see everything. When I saw Alex's, he tapped, and I just saw his face just keep fading. I was like, man, that's it. That's it for Alex Cross.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I kind of confused you a little bit too, Randy, because I went back and I watched it. I think I kind of confused you with my signals, because you were like,
first.
no, he's not giving, and then I was like, yeah, and he's tapping, he's tapping. But yeah, so that was a little miscommunication on my end. Sorry
It's
about
all
that.
good. It's all
Justin
good.
said, quit running y'all's mouth. It took all 3 of you chumps to take me down. There's 4 of us. You can't even count.
I
Him
mean,
getting rammed through that chair must not have been
Yeah.
the highlight to his weekend.
I know.
And then getting black hole slammed on top of it,
Yeah.
and then getting speared on top of that, and then having Joe get the pinball on top of that. I get why you're upset, buddy.
Yeah.
Your buddies don't like you no more. Everybody leaving
Former
you.
referee done pinned you.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's sad. I don't feel bad for you though. I don't feel bad for you. It's a street fight. It was 4-on-4. What are you talking about? You guys, man. Y'all gotta get a new gimmick. Y'all gonna have to do something else. What y'all got going ain't working no more.
Yep.
Y'all done. Y'all done. Anyway, yeah. So it's a good show. It's a great show this weekend. Enjoyed it thoroughly.
crowd was hot, like you were talking about.
They were hot. I mean, it
was a good crowd too. Good
It
crowd.
was.
Really good crowd.
Especially for summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes always people are like, well, sometimes it's easier to run shows. Not really.
No.
No, our bigger crowds are always from the fall all the way through
with
the
winter.
spring.
Yep.
I mean, but summertime's tough. But they showed up though. I mean, it was a real good turnout. I mean, good Lord, it was a good turnout.
I raised some money for the Operation
Christmas Child.
Christmas Child.
Yeah, which was awesome. And I love it that people are showing up and doing that and setting that up. So lots of different faces. I always love seeing new faces out there, and we had some new faces out this time. Especially getting feedback from people who haven't been to a wrestling show. I know there were a few people out there that this was their first time. There were several actually. A couple of young kids out there who just loved it. Loved it. They had been told about it for a while, and they wanted to come out. And their parents brought them out, and
That's what it's all about.
dude, it was so much fun. And that's what I mean. That's what makes wrestling fun. You know, to be able to do that and introduce. And then grown-ups, there were grown-ups out there like, man, I didn't really know what to expect. Our friends invited us out, and then we come out, and this is fun.
Yeah.
That's the
It's great
best kind of
entertainment.
feedback you can get right there.
Yeah.
Is that. I mean, it's, because like, especially when you hear people say, it's just so boring on TV. We didn't really know what to expect. Live events are always better anyway.
Yes. Always.
It's just always better. I mean, even if, and I'll say this, watching Raw on TV and watching Raw in person is a completely different experience.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I mean, same show,
Right.
it's completely different.
Different.
Whether you watch it in live or you watch it, it's completely different. If you ever have the opportunity to see these shows live, independent show or not, you should take advantage of it.
Yep.
Because generally there are a lot of good shows around here, and all over the country. Really, now I say that I'm sure there are a lot of crappy shows too. I'm not going to speak out of turn.
Outlaw
We know
much
there
of
are. Yeah, but there are a lot of good shows running.
Yep.
APW.
APW in
Another one.
Mariana. Yep.
So can't wait till they're back up and running. I think they told me in August or maybe September or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit today, and he said he's got something for September.
Yeah.
Maybe something in August, but still trying to figure some stuff out with that. So
Yeah, there you go. EPW had another big show this weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was glad to see Ricky out of Facebook jail.
yeah, Ricky's out of Facebook jail
He finally got
again
out of it.
for the moment. We'll
For
see
the
how
moment,
long it takes him to get back
There
in
you
Facebook
go.
jail, but yeah, for the moment he's on bond. So
Yep. But you refs did a good job. Our young refs out there did a good job. I thought much better, getting better.
yeah,
Right there. What do you think?
yeah, I think
mean,
so. I think
It looked to me like it because I didn't have an issue with any of it. And I was watching, and as I was watching the matches today, I was like, I mean, you see just a couple of times maybe they might have been out of position, but for the most part, I mean, their counts were
right.
I mean,
it looked so much better.
they can't be on CW30 just yet. You know. I mean,
Well, nobody's out. They're not ready to count.
Out,
This
right,
guy,
yeah.
Not very
come on,
Yeah.
y'all gonna make me blush.
Well, you know.
You gonna make me blush, man.
But I mean, when you don't notice your ref and you can't remember if they were in the way or not, means they did a good job.
Right,
For
right.
the most part. If they're not, oh man, people are not coming up to you, man. Your refs, dude, they're horrible. And glad to say
In
that
the way.
ours are not. But yeah, I think that's the difference too. Is we don't just like we talk to the refs before the show a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Had a little meeting and
Yeah.
just re-emphasizing things, and because you don't trust them, but you want them. You have to communicate to let them know what what you expect, what the expectation is when you're out there. You're a professional.
As a ref, I would much rather the booker or whoever come up to me and tell me exactly what they're wanting, you know, and go through things with me to let me know, you know, just certain things about what's going on, than have one that not say anything to me. And most of the time now, anyway, I'll talk to them and find out whatever I need to. But when you have young guys that haven't done many matches, because I think combined, maybe Brian and Matt have probably done maybe 10 combined, 10 to 15 maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And so when you have young guys, you know, and it puts me in a new spot too, because I'm kind of working with them a little bit, and so that's something that I'm not. You know, I've never
giving
done.
advice to people.
You know, giving advice and trying to help them out. You know.
Well, and you feel
Yeah, giving advice just in life. I'm not good at that.
Well,
so.
you know.
But
the more refs you have too that are good, it makes it easier for your referees to have more quality than quantity.
Right.
All right, and you want the quality.
Mhm.
I don't need to see you 15 times a night. I get it. You're a referee and you're part of the show. I need you to be good enough to help make that match work.
Right.
That's really the key.
Right.
It's not, you know, I get all this space time and stuff like that, because if you're running back and forth and trying to figure out what's going on, the show's going to suffer, because the matches are going to end up suffering because you can't keep track of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then you're too tired, then your energy's gone, then it's just horrible.
Yeah.
After that point. But no, we had a great crowd. We had a great locker room, so it was great. Justin said that's new, 2 count, giving advice.
I should have gave you some advice and advised you to stay home Saturday night. Is what I should have done.
See, you're getting better.
You know.
You are getting better, my friend. I'm telling you, it just gets better.
Should have helped
every
you out,
time.
buddy. I'm
He's learned
sorry.
to work the camera now, so you know,
That's
that's
right.
30. He's learned how to work that.
They did a good
Yeah.
job too. There, I
I mean,
appreciate the whole. Looking
It's
after
it's
that, but yeah,
it's just another element, man. You know.
yeah. It was,
Once you, I mean, and we've talked about how we want the production of Redeem to kind of step up and move in newer directions, and I mean that's just another element, right?
well, all of that is. I think as a wrestling company, any wrestling company, your goal has to be letting the production increase, the production value increase.
Mhm.
Same time, you can't have your wrestling decrease.
Right.
You know, so you can
Can't go
have
backwards.
like this is what I feel. This is where I feel that WWE fails at. Their production value is through the roof.
Off
I
the
mean,
chain.
their freaking segments on these pay-per-views are exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these video packages that they put together are awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had that ability to do it that good and have
right.
the experience. But well, they fail. That's the wrestling part of it, and not because they don't have guys and gals
Right.
that can do
It's
it.
not because of the wrestlers.
It's all the booking.
It's the booking.
And it's these stupid
It's
writers.
creative.
I don't like it. I hate the term writing. And I'm a writer, but I'm a writer of books. Now, this
Right.
is... I hate the fact... That's why people love to call wrestling scripted.
Yeah.
You know, it's because of that garbage. Because they actually have writers that are talking and trying to tell people how to do a character that these other writers don't even know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all started with Vince Russo.
Yeah, I mean, that dude right there. If they ask when I get invited to the Hall of Fame, I'm going to turn it down. Dude, you're not Hall of Fame worthy. What have you done that's Hall of Fame worthy?
Well, they in his defense, they have put a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But
with
it's
some of
Vince
those
Russo,
guys,
too.
though. They're just saying this is our celebrity wing.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all can just go over
Mhm.
there. We've had interesting celebrities. There's y'all's little
Right,
thing over
yeah.
there. But as far as wrestling goes, I mean, the wrestlers are the wrestlers, pretty much. I mean, there've been a couple I would say, are you really Hall of Fame
Yeah.
caliber? But
There's still a bunch of them out there.
but
though,
there's
who
but
need
it
to be
tells you
there.
how there's a ton that still need to be in there.
Like Bobby and like Bobby Dennis and Stan Lane, the
They
Midnight
should,
Express,
oh, yeah, dude, they should
Cornette.
have been in there.
I mean,
a while
Rock
back.
and Roll's there, which is totally very worthy.
Yep.
Probably best tag team ever.
Jim Cornette should be in there too, but he's probably not going to be ever.
No,
but Jim Cornette's awesome. You don't have to like him
I know.
to enjoy his hot
But you
takes
got
and
to
things.
respect the man for,
Yeah.
him, for what he's done.
Yeah,
He did
and
this.
that's what I'm saying. You don't even have to agree with him. I don't a lot of times, but there's a lot of things I do agree with. I love the old school mentality. The old school mentality works,
Yeah.
and I think
And it has for decades.
it has. But the thing is that everything changes and evolves. The key is to keep what works and to mesh some of the newer stuff and that evolution into it. You can do that
But jumping off 20-foot ladders and
just to do it,
stuff like that. Ain't,
just to get a cheap pop.
Oh yeah.
What makes no sense to do, and getting yourself killed and crippled in the process
Yeah.
is dumb.
Yeah.
Like I like the matches we had the other night. I mean, there was nothing really crazy done,
No, it wasn't.
and everything was entertaining. The fans were
Don't
on
have
there,
to be.
were cheering and going wild over all of it because you don't have.
That was
you don't
that
have
was
to be.
that was
was
one
that,
of the that was one of I think the best put together shows that we've had in a minute.
I think so,
Honestly,
too.
just from match quality, from top to bottom, you know,
Everything had something.
yeah,
That was what was kind of wild about it. It didn't really start out to be that way, and it just kind of morphed out over the weeks into saying, this is, and I like that. I like the fact that it did. But that was all set up for all those other shows that we did to lead up to
yeah,
this one, and it was very well done. I thought everybody did their part right, and when you got a locker room that's willing to do whatever they can for the show and for each other, what makes a big difference?
Yep.
It's a lot bigger than this me thing. That's why Redeem likes people who are about the product. Let's get the wrestling.
Yep.
Let's get the product.
That's what it
And
says on the
I'll
building.
tell you right
wrestling.
now, if I had the ability there, and it was up to me, the faces and the heels would never see each other.
Yep.
Ever.
Nope.
Y'all want to go hang out after the show somewhere? Go hang out after the show somewhere. That's when you can see each other.
Yep.
But before that, you wouldn't.
Because the old school way, if you did, you fired.
Yeah. And I think it's better that way. It's
And it was the referee's job to go tell the heel the finish and the face the finish.
That's
Because
right.
see, the referee could get away with it easily. I mean, he's not, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a referee.
Yeah, and there's no choreographing matches.
No.
You can't do that. There's no way to do that. You got to be on point and ready to roll, and be able to go with whatever happens out there, which I think is the more of the sport part of professional wrestling. I think that's what makes it so great, is that you can think on your feet and react to whatever's happening out there like any other sport. So I heard this thing the other day. We were talking about this Saturday. So Matt, one of our referees, was listening to Sports Talk Radio, and they were talking about wrestling. Wrestling came up somehow. And they mentioned, well, that's not a real sport and all this other stuff. And then Matt popped off a comment in their thing, which I actually picked up on, and he was talking about Redeem. And I'm like, we may have to go check it out. The guy says, well, I still maintain anything that's has a determined outcome is not a real sport. I'm like, well, that takes MMA and boxing out of it.
Right.
Because if you don't think the fix is in there,
Yeah.
and hasn't been for 100 years, you're fooling yourself.
NBA.
So let's take those out. And what about the
Well,
Houston
there's-
Astros? All right, so
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball's a work.
Yep.
Let's
Basketball.
be real.
NBA is.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So before you start saying that and this predetermined BS and all this other stuff, the script stuff,
With all this money they can make and the money that they can make more.
That's
I mean,
right.
come on.
exactly.
I've said this too. If you can't tell me that Conor McGregor and Dustin,
Dustin Poirier and Conor
Poirier,
McGregor.
Oh, Lord.
if that was not 80s pro wrestling with the promos,
It was,
everything.
wasn't it?
You know,
Straight.
I'm going to murder you. I'm going to kill your wife. All that
Yeah.
blah blah. It does nothing but sell tickets.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
we've
Conor
always
was-
we've always said wrestling or whatever has to have a protagonist and an antagonist
That's right.
to sell tickets.
Yeah.
If
That's
there's
what you
somebody
want.
there who you don't hate, I mean, I don't want to see two guys who I like face each other.
No,
I-
because it takes
I
some
want
of
to
the
see
drama out
revenge.
of it.
Yeah, I want to see a grudge.
You want the drama. 'Cause
Exactly.
that's what sells.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if it's real
And,
life drama that seeps into it,
Yep.
Even better.
I mean, look at Matt Hardy and look at Edge.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy and Edge.
My president showed up the other night for the UFC fight.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
My president.
Dana White.
45.
Yeah, 40.
That's
Oh.
it.
Dana White was there
45.
too.
Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump was
That's
at the
right.
UFC
And the
fight.
crowd went wild for him.
Oh,
Chanting
dude,
USA.
I didn't get a chance to do my new finisher either the other night. I wanted to so bad. I caught the Orange Man bad.
The Orange Man bad.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
it's a spit in the face to all the liberals out there. But
So that's
I love it.
Orange Man bad.
so that's
Man
different than
bad.
the Sweet Baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much blasphemy right there. Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's what led to my torn quad last
Yeah.
time. I'm like,
Maybe.
I'm gonna back off of that one.
Lord
So
said, you know what? Okay,
Let's
you
go
do
on.
that.
I'm
I'll show you what I'll do
just
to you, son.
that's
Yeah.
it. I'm like, I'm good. We'll do something else.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was terrible. I tell you what, it felt good to be back in there though. Holy jeez,
You look good, Storm.
Yeah, you did. You
I'll
look-
tell you, you look good.
it was fun.
I was worried about you. But you look good.
I had a good time. I was so excited I forgot to take my shades off. See that?
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that for a minute. Yeah.
It was like he ain't never
Such a
gonna take his
rookie
shades
move.
Well,
off.
I'm telling you.
Such a rookie move.
What
I've been
you
in this
did-
business 25 years. It's such a rookie move.
What he did. All right, we'll put it on record. What he did was pull the Orange Cassidy gimmick. That's what you did.
No, it's Cassidy.
You said
pretty much.
you said I see what Orange Cassidy's doing and how he's over. I'm going to do the same
Let me
thing.
try this. See
Yeah.
how this works.
So next show, if Storm comes out in a denim jacket,
with his hands in his pocket.
yeah.
I can tell you right now, neither one of those things happen. That's the last time I wear jeans to a ring. Those things are going in the trash. I've had those for years.
Have you really?
That's the last street fight those will ever be involved in. From now, no. Because hell, I've lost all this weight now,
Yeah.
and so because of that, they just fit weird. I'm like, oh, I should never have worn them out there. Dude, it was horrible. And but here's the funny thing about the sunglasses. I didn't even know I still had them on my head until we were on the outside of the ring, and they all of a sudden fell down my nose a little bit. I was like, what? I didn't even know what it was for a second. I was like, where'd that come from? I was
Why
like,
are they still
oh,
on?
man, that's a $200 pair of sunglasses.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Better go take these off.
You need to find you a pair of Walmart sunglasses to wear to the ring.
Dude,
man.
I've got Savage Brotherhood sunglasses over there.
Yeah.
There were some of those in the audience. Thank you guys for purchasing all your Savage Brotherhood merchandise. It was great. But yeah.
And the next redeemed event, go by the Big Daddy Storm Savage Brotherhood.
Dude, let me tell you
stand.
something. That
I saw a lot of
that
those little
merchandise
lights you had.
flew. Those lights were everywhere.
I saw them everywhere.
They were. As a matter of fact, when the lights went out,
You
I
could
was
see
going
'em.
out there
Oh, yeah,
and
they're going good.
I was on his phone, things were just flying through there. I was like, there you go. There you go. Know your audience, people. Know your audience.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. I just keep trying to tell these guys, merch tables, dude. And you just can't have a merch table. You have to have the right kind of merch
Yep.
at the table. You just can't go, okay, I'm just going to do this.
You might not make Stan and Steve money, but
Yeah.
you'll make some money on it.
You will. I mean, you can make some money. I'll tell you guys off there how much money I made Saturday night, and you tell me if I'm wrong.
I made about I made about $50 out in Mariana a couple months ago.
Did you?
Yeah,
Merch?
selling.
Off store?
Yeah, no, selling
Probably
some.
did. Probably took my merchandise out
sell,
there.
You
selling
Earl
some.
Hebner, you.
I was selling some. Yeah, well, I was selling some WWE DVDs and stuff that I
Oh,
had from.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, go.
Old
Wait a
time
second.
stuff.
You better contact somebody's lawyer.
Contact them. Contact them.
Phone him then. Call
Well,
him.
look, if you know, they've got the network now. So why do you need the physical copy? If you got access to the
They still own
network,
the
why do
rights
you
to
need?
it.
They own the rights. Justin
They can
Daniels
own the
says
rights.
nothing crazy happened. Two legits got a Rhode Island-sized bruise on his Texas-sized tricep. This is not okay. I might have to have an MRI done. All right. First of all, let's put this in perspective. Texas is huge.
Yeah.
Rhode Island's like we.
Right.
So that's really just like a pimple. I really don't know why
I
you're
don't think
complaining
Rhode
about a
Island could
pimple
even
on your arm, on your
Rhode
tricep.
Island could even fit in the Metroplex.
I
It
wonder how
couldn't,
many
not at
Rhode
all.
Islands you could fit in Texas.
How many Rhode Islands?
Yeah,
Several.
could you fit
A
in the
lot.
state of Texas?
A lot. Texas is huge.
Yeah,
Like,
massive.
yeah.
Texas is as
It
large
takes you
as a
forever to
lot
go
of
from
foreign
Texas,
countries.
Canada to El Paso. Trust me, I've done it twice.
Yeah.
It takes
I
forever.
mean, it's crazy large out there. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's why they always say everything's bigger in Texas. Just because the state is so freaking huge. You got all 4 seasons at one time in Texas.
You
Yeah.
do.
I mean, legit, you
Yeah.
do that. I mean, it's
You go to the Panhandle, you got
crazy.
snow.
Yeah,
Go down southwest and south, it's hotter than
yeah.
the bad place.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, you go to East Texas and You got it all. I mean, you got
You
snow,
do.
rain. I mean,
It's ridiculous, man.
Any day could be snow. Any day could be heat. Any day could be.
I moved to
whatever.
North Carolina one time, and they found out I was from Texas. Like my accent at the time didn't give it away because I had a huge Texas accent back in.
No, yeah.
And they're like, dude, what's it like not having trees? I'm like, what are you talking about? Y'all don't have trees in Texas. I'm like, what? What kind of books y'all learn about the U.S. up here?
What kind of movies are you watching?
Like, dude, what are you talking about? Well, of course we got trees. We got
Man,
mountains
got
in
the piney
Texas.
woods,
too.
East Texas.
I mean, we got all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Blue bonnets will grow.
Well, y'all ain't
bloom
have
out here.
grass. I'm like, dude, that's out in West Texas, out in the desert.
Yeah.
The closer
Some
you get
desert
to,
is like
West
that's
Abilene
the whole
to New
state.
Mexico.
That's past Abilene, Midland, Odessa. Once you get past that way, it's nothing but dirt.
Yeah, they're like, what do y'all think? Once you get to the end of Arkansas and Mississippi, that all the trees just magically disappear. It's just
No.
dirt and nothing else the whole way. I'm like, oh my
they don't
God.
exist.
People are so dumb. It's just that's the kind of people you deal with.
Well, it's a logic thing. People don't think with logic.
No, they do not. No, they do not. The record crew didn't think with logic, but then that's what happens. But I love the show Saturday night. August 7th is the next Redeem show. Be crazy to see what happens then because I don't know. I don't know where the Brotherhood goes from here. To be honest,
That's why I'm about to
mean,
ask. I mean, where does Brotherhood go from here?
I don't know. It might just be one continuous party for the rest of the year.
Could be.
We wrecked the wrecking crew. They done. Let's just be honest. They done. I mean, you know, now what else to do? Nobody else is stepping up
The Storm.
to get a little piece of it.
Yeah,
Nor
we're
should
going.
they.
We're
Could you
going
go
to
for
see the.
Storm? Could you go for those tag belts?
Yeah, Savage Brotherhood going to look to go for the
I
tag team
think we
championships.
probably should, since how you got. I don't know, but I like Night Train. I like Adonis and stuff. But what I like more is gold.
Mm.
I mean,
Mike
that's-
Reel's got a lot of gold.
That's the thing. Junior has nothing to do. His boy's gone to college now, and my job now is to keep Junior happy. I
Yeah.
got to keep the man occupied with something to do, and I think maybe
Keep
going
from
to the tag
being
team title
depressed.
might be a thing to do it. And who knows? Are we going to see a lot more Ron? You saw that nice Brotherhood shirt he was sporting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Then we got Joe. I mean, we got a lot of things to think about happening here. Rooster, you know, don't forget about Rooster.
Yep.
Yeah.
My man going for he looked good in his new Savage Brotherhood shirt.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
A little small for
You
him.
would look great in a Savage Brotherhood shirt, to be honest with you.
I'll wear a Memphis Hustle shirt, man.
I gotta get you a Savage Brotherhood shirt done in the polo so you can wear that and just represent right
Polo.
up there.
Yeah.
Right there. I'll get it done for you.
Yeah.
I'll get you one. But yeah, so I don't know. But that's the thing too. What's gonna happen with a lot of these things come next show? I mean, like I said, the only match I know for sure might be happening is the.
Crowley and Reels.
Well, I know that
Right.
what's happening. So,
Deacon Pierce and Abel Booker.
yeah, we got that tag match. And we got Crowley
Yeah.
and the Reels. Those are the two matches I know. We probably will have. Everything else, who knows? What's happening next?
Yeah.
Who's Ken Dane gonna face from here, going forward? I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure we'll hear from Brody Hawk. I'm sure Brody's going to want to get another piece of Juno at some point.
Oh Lord, I don't know if we should legalize murder.
I don't. Yeah. Well,
I just
yeah.
don't know if
Yeah.
we should do
Legalize
it.
murder, yeah.
I just think that might be a step too far. But
This
he
is
was
a- yeah.
not happy.
This is a Redeemed Wrestling is a ministry, and
Yes.
I don't feel like
You don't want that much
turning
violence?
over Juno to Brody Hawk like that would be very ministry, you know, like
Well, that
of,
depends
of
on how-
Redeemed
What?
Wrestling.
He
That
asked for
depends
it.
on how biblical we get.
Well,
You know, what are we talking
he asked
about?
for it.
We're talking pre-flood.
I mean, yeah, if you
I
if
mean,
you're
don't
okay
worry
with
about
the Old Testament and the stoning
wrath of
and
God
you know,
type
Burnt
stuff.
offerings. The burnt offerings.
yeah,
all
the
the
burnt offerings and
Sacrifices, everything.
yeah,
The lion's den, all that stuff. Oh,
Mm.
dude, I can tell you. I don't know what Juno was thinking, hopping in there trying to think he was going to get one over on Brody Hawk like that, but all you did was poke the bear.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
You didn't end a feud or anything.
that was a
like
shot. That was a shot too.
I'm telling you something. I mean, look.
I
that-
watched it and I go, "Oh snap!" Like it was a shot. I don't know what got
Look.
I don't know what possessed Juno to think that was a good decision.
it's probably that little man syndrome because I was a fan of Mighty Mouse growing up. I loved it. Mighty Mouse cartoon was great, but Juno, first of all, can't fly. He doesn't have super speed or super strength. And he don't have a big red cape. He's in trouble.
Yeah.
This dude's in trouble.
That's what Ken Dane has, the big red cape.
That's it. And so, I mean, who knows what's coming on? We're bringing in new faces to Redeemed all the time. I'm excited about that, too. We've got to see a lot of new faces, which is fresh, I think, for everybody in the fans and all that stuff. So, Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen on August 7th, but I'm excited to find out. I know we've got a new tag team coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do know that.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
I can't
Breaking
tell you the name of
news.
it yet, but we will be releasing that in the next couple of weeks. But I do know. I was told today.
Breaking news on bottom
Actually,
card
I was
booking.
told last night. So I know we have a new tag team coming.
Huh.
So,
Interesting.
it should be. It should be.
Derek King and Johnny Dotson.
No.
Okay.
It would have to be. Well, I guess it wouldn't have to be, but it would have to be Alan Steele and Johnny Dotson.
No, wait. Hey, I wouldn't mind. If they want to come, hey, look, I'm all about
DJ
that
Brown
stuff.
and Danny Be Good.
There you go. That'd be nice.
What
That'd be
WWE
cool.
say? WWE said we're open for business, and then they fired everybody.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Yeah.
was?
Triple
Oh,
H.
guys, if y'all were there at Last Stand, if you've seen the videos out there, what was your favorite matches from Saturday night?
Yeah, let us know.
I mean,
Get
let
on
us
the-
know. I mean, what was your favorite matches?
Your feedback is
Who are
important.
your favorite wrestlers out of Redeemed, and who do you want to see more of?
Mhm.
Who you want to see maybe get a title opportunity? I had an idea for a show.
Let's put a poll up
It's a little extreme. It's a little crazy. Probably wouldn't work.
for
Redeemed?
the Redeem show.
Dude, I tell you, sometimes I just get to thinking it's never that's never a good thing. First of all, that I should be allowed to sit around and just think of stuff. But I was thinking, what if Redeemed had a show where you had heels, faces, and the fans made the matches. And I'm not talking about how WD had their
They're
Taco
spinning-
Tuesday or whatever the heck it
It was
was. they used
Taboo
to do.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that.
Taboo Tuesday.
So
Cyber. They
Yeah.
changed it to like Cyber Sunday
whatever
or
it
something.
was, but actually said, we've got a singles match. Y'all go ahead and fill it. Who we gonna do? Let's do who we putting in here. Tag match. You can pick anybody from the hillside and anybody from the face side to team up and face off. It would be the craziest thing. I just don't
Oh,
know
be
how
awesome.
you
It
pull
would
that
be.
off. It would be
I-
different.
Oh,
It would have to be a specialty show,
It would
Oh,
be.
yeah.
and it would have to be totally different.
Well-
It would be insane
be awesome.
because it wouldn't just be insane for the fans.
Be same for
It'd be
everybody.
insane for everybody who works at that company.
Yep.
Right.
To sit here and go, what are we doing? It'd be insane for you guys trying to call it.
Oh, yeah.
What's going
I think it'd
on
be fun
right
for
now?
me. I
What are we
love it.
doing? It
I
would
love
be
it.
if we could do it. I would like to do it as a special fundraising event. I think that'd be cool. Maybe find a special somebody because there's a lot of people in need right
Oh.
now. We know a couple families who are really going through some tough things right now. So prayers up for the Raines family, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
Definitely.
anything but because that's really the beauty of Redeemed Wrestling. It's not like any other wrestling company. We're here really to help these people in need. That's what we do. Wrestling, we're fortunate to be able to wrestle and do all the fun stuff that we love to do wrestling wise to give these people and help bring some enjoyment, some fulfillment to their lives, help with medical bills and things that we can do and give back to these people who might otherwise, like we talked about Operation Christmas Child, giving to kids who may not otherwise have Christmas at all. So it would have to be a show like that where we could step and go, this is strictly for these fans, and what can we do? Let's make it a fan-friendly thing today. So I don't know. I was gonna run that by you guys, see what you thought. Might as well do it.
I
live
love
on
the
there and
idea.
talk
I mean,
about it.
I love it.
I think it's
Yeah,
insane.
and I feel like wasn't there was a show that we did kind of like that at one point, right? Where
sort of.
there was the
But this one
'cause
would be
That's
full
where you had to
on.
draw
the
like,
fans
a little
drew
ball out of
the-
deal.
yeah.
we
drew the-
did
yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that, but this would
but
be
not to that extreme
not to
like
this
that you're
extreme where
that you're
they
talking
actually
about.
create the card.
Yeah.
They create the card.
I mean, hey, if you're
Say, here you go.
if I mean, and you've got the fans. They've got the ability to do that. You
Yeah.
can write on the Redeemed Wrestling Facebook page,
Yeah.
right? You can message. You can
Well,
you
there's
can
and
message
there's,
it,
and
and
there's
then
things
you can
create
create
and post
polls.
and I could actually create something to let them do that, or we just do it live night of.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
And how crazy would that be? Because then you're telling everybody, I'm a professional wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need to know. You just tell me who I'm facing and let me go.
Yep.
Exactly.
Can you do that? If you're a wrestler out there, I mean, to me, that's truly the test of are
That
you.
separates the men from the boys.
It does. You just point me to the ring. I'm good. I don't need to know anything else. You just point me to the ring and let me go. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fascinating.
Yeah.
It could be
What a Christmas show that can make. What a gift for the fans that can make.
Carnival of Chaos Christmas edition.
I mean, everybody just be
No Carnival Chaos.
It could just be.
Well, not doing the Carnival of Chaos match. I'm just saying the name the show, the name of the show,
Oh,
Carnival of Chaos.
Well, that's the next year. We got to do that next year. Again, we've already had our Carnival of Chaos for this year.
Yeah, that's true.
So we got to have that next year.
Have like a Christmas street fight with like boxes wrapped like they do on Raw. With
Oh, yeah.
trees
Dude,
and all of this.
I'd do that too.
Get some snowman involved.
But I'm seriously thinking that we did something like that. That would truly be the ultimate fan experience.
Yeah, definitely fan interaction.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
a lot of times the fans are still separated from what we do. Kind of, this would totally be like, here we go. This is how we do. I don't know. I'm going to bat this around with the powers that be and see what we think about, and we'll talk about it, I'm sure, and see, hey, is that something we can make happen? I think it'd be fun, guys. I don't know.
Oh, I do too. I think
know
it'd be
we'll
awesome.
do it. I think it'd be a blast out there. What do you guys think? Is it something you'd like to see? I mean,
You, the fans, make the matches.
you really do. I mean, that's kind of the deal too. So it'd be awesome.
Redeem Wrestling presents Fan Frenzy.
Oh, dude, I actually like the name. Wouldn't that be something crazy? They'd be like, oh, what is this? What is this
Yeah.
thing we're talking about here? It would just be it would be a spectacle. There's no question it'd be a spectacle.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid we're out of time for this evening. We appreciate you tuning in to this
Let's
week's
also,
edition.
before we close off, I don't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but we also need to send prayers up for the old tough man from Amarillo, Texas, the Funker.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Terry
yeah,
Funk.
so...
He's in an assisted living home.
All right, so we're gonna go overtime real quick because we need to talk about that.
OT.
Because there's differing stories coming out about Terry Funk.
Right.
All right, like he was almost done, and
Right,
he lost
right.
his wife. What, last year? Vicky, last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, like March maybe last year.
Yeah, something
April.
like that. And then he wasn't doing well this year, and one report come out and made it like he was on his deathbed. I mean, is what it sounded like. And then
Well, he did have some real severe like hip pain,
that's right.
but I mean,
But yeah, he's gonna have that. But from what the latest report we heard was his clarity is pretty good.
Yeah.
He's doing still fairly well. He is in assisted living, but
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer
That's right.
sent a tweet out last week, and he was like, "I just had a phone conversation with Terry Funk. He's good. He's not as bad off as what a lot of the reports were making." And then he
something
had
about
some.
his thumb.
Yeah, he said he had his
that's right.
Thumb
he was
up,
in the
up some-
assisted
up
living.
some body part,
Yeah, up somewhere, and said he was whistling Dixie.
There you go. Terry Funk, buddy.
And then he said something about I forgot some lines of it, but I'm okay. And so he was poking fun at
The
himself.
toughest wrestler I believe I've ever seen in my life, by far.
Probably so. That's a story people should hear more of. The Funks, Terry and Dory Jr. Hell, Dory Sr. for that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, people, and sadly, people just their image of Funk right now is the older Terry Funk, and really not the Funk we grew up with, and the younger Funk. Honestly, when he was younger than that. First of all, him and his brother were really good looking dudes when they were young, right?
And
I
they
mean,
could go.
these were studs.
And they could go
They could work. I mean, Terry Funk held the NWA title.
several times.
The empty arena match that Terry Funk had with Lawler at the Coliseum.
And that was a short match, really. It wasn't even real long.
Yeah,
match
it wasn't.
at that.
It wasn't long. It was like maybe 10,
Yeah, it wasn't
10,
a real long match.
10, 15 maybe.
But people remember it.
But it was
Right.
it was good. I watched it and I was like, holy crap! Like this
Yeah.
is actually this is
Lance
pretty
Russell
good.
smoked a cigarette right there in
Yeah.
the South Coliseum.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, so that's I mean, it's just so say your prayers
Did
up for Terry
Chainsaw
Funk.
Charlie. I mean, people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
people know that Chainsaw Charlie.
Oh yeah,
And then we will know the ECW days when him and Foley would blow when they over
Exactly.
Japan do those death matches with light bulbs and exploding. I mean, it was crazy.
that dude's lived a life, boy.
I'm telling you.
That sucker has lived a life. So yeah,
Tougher
prayers
than
out to
boot
the
leather.
Funk family, for sure, and stuff, and to Terry out there. And so we appreciate you guys and gals. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next week, same time, same channel, right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Till then, for Alan, for Randy, this is Big Daddy. See you guys soon.